So you guys just got a 10-minute rapid on the board. My opponent's rated 1588 and I'm rated currently 1569, and we've got a Scotch. I'm going to go with this. I actually got really, really punked in the Scotch a few minutes ago. I played this Steinitz line. My opponent went quiet for 30 seconds or so and then came back and just played perfect moves. Which was dubious, but can happen. Okay, so we've gone for this. So this is I like this variation because it's surprising and it's aggressive and it leads to very messy games. Okay, so I've pinned this knight with the bishop, so it can't take there. And now I think the idea is to recapture with the D pawn. Okay. I can also throw in this and mess up his pawns good and proper. Let's do that just for a laugh. Then I could actually come back with a queen and threaten to take this pawn again. I don't know, is that good? Or do we want to open up the board? That's the question. The knight must die. There is no question. If I come back here, he'll just want to defend this pawn. He'll probably lift his queen or something like that. So I think it's d takes. And it also maintains the pin on this bishop. So if I take him with a queen, the bishop's then free to move back or even move forwards and target g7. So yeah. So I'm building up to my over the board game on Thursday. So ideas here. I mean, bishop there is possible with a barrage on that pawn. Bishop there is playable. Okay. If bishop d7 now, I think, even if he puts his rook here, I can castle on the next turn because d takes, queen takes. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's the general principle. There's the only reason I can think of him putting his queen here. Yeah, there we go. So now, long castles. Knight f6 would defend the bishop, connect the rooks. And, oh, he's castled. He's castled that way. Okay, I have seen this before. You do not want things going ping. Right, first thought is this. Rule number 1 in chess, never go with your first thought automatically. I'd like to move this bishop. I think this is maybe more flexible. Could my bishop ever come here? Possibly. So there's an immediate threat. This is the thing. I can go to a3 with check, yeah. So there we go. And now, I'd love to play this, but there's the problem of queen takes, rook checkmate. So I have to move my knight first, but then this is a real problem, because it's a discovery against queenie, and threatens mate. But if I do that, he hasn't got queen, no, that's not even an option. Not even option. This is threat, bishop e6. Well, it's not checkmate because you can go back to c1. Huh. Okay, now we have to throw this in. It's too strong. Hit the queen. Queen takes, rook takes, king takes, rook. He's just down a big fat exchange. I'm also threatening this. King here, checkmate. Oh! Oh, look, so lordy. What? You did not do that. He's gone down a queen for a rook? And I'm still threatening there. Damn. That was tough. That was tough, but good game. GG. GG. Let's do another one. See if I can't get a bit of Danish on the board. Oh, not the modern. Don't play the modern. Okay, so we play this with a straight bat. I don't have any kind of repertoire idea for playing against this modern, but I've got a fairly good record. I think bishop here. Tempt him to do this. No, he's not doing that. Okay, that pawn's undefended. So, could lift the queen, defends that. Also gets out of any bishop shenanigans here. Could even push. Takes, knight takes. It's not the worst idea. I think developing is better. Keep your pawns just in your side of the board unless there's a really good reason. Right. Let's get ready to castle. So this bishop's going to want to come out. Maybe line up my queen behind it to try and remove the fianchetto. Bishop comes out, then I've got knight can come out to d2. Just nice and solid. It's a very normal feeling, kind of familiar setup. And what's this about? Could play bishop d2 just to de-encourage any ideas along there, but he's not thinking about that. Is he trying to prepare d5? He must be trying to prepare d5. Takes, king takes, check. Takes, king takes, queen here, pawn in. Takes, king takes. I mean, it messes up his stuff, but how bad is this bishop going to be if I allow d5, takes, pawn takes, drop back? Now, I'm tempted to sack the bishop. King's going to have to capture. There's nothing else to be done. I don't know if this check has any merit, but no, it feels kind of frisky. There. Now he's +2 now. Something's telling me bishop out here makes sense. Is there any value to this check? What's he going to do? He's going to retreat to the back rank somewhere. I can't go in here. That's the wife returning from the shop to chorus of dog welcome. Okay, knight out. I think I'm just going to bring my bishop out here. I think probably knight to here and castle. That was very kind of rash of me, but I'm thinking a modern defence player, I don't know, let's try and knock him out of his stride a little bit maybe. We shall see. Okay, so he's played his rook over to f8. Maybe he's planning this, I don't know, we shall see. I think the idea now though is to get castled and then try and break open this bit of the board. Push pawns forward. I mean, this is even possible right now. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. I'm just going to drop back here. Get castled, get a rook on there. Maybe even centralise the other rook. Is that his idea? He wants to scuttle away. So maybe I should be attacking with more energy than that. We shall see. Yeah, he's running off into the corner. That's a very weak pawn. That is not particularly strong. Okay, I've got time to consolidate. We'll catch our breath. Don't think I'll be playing moves like that on Thursday in my epic game that's coming up. His pawns aren't even too bad, but this one's shocking. So what I want to do is I want to advance my FG and H pawns up the board. That's kind of unusual. But I need to get my bishop out of the way. Maybe even this. He can't go there because I've got Queen B3 with check and I win the knight. What's he thinking with this move? It just doesn't work. Huh. That doesn't work. You can take here and threaten mate. No, you can't go there with mate. Do I just push the pawn forward or just move the king? He's got this potential to just open up this. No. Move the king. Not enough reason to make a pawn move. I'm down to 6 minutes, he's on 7. That pawn's undefended, that pawn's undefended. So this knight is effectively kind of pinned. Queen's technically undefended. I mean, knight b3 is a thought. Reinforces my own king. There. Hits the knight. Knight's going to have to move somewhere. But he could actually move here if that pawn's gone. Thinking then I could grab the pawn, but we'll see. See there? Oh, he's moved his king. Alright, he's getting out of that check. Yeah, let's calculate this. There. Knight can move straight away and defend the pawn. And he actually improves his knight and improves his bishop, so that's not it. Just going to push g4. I'm going to keep this bishop trapped in. This bishop's also not very good right now. Okay, now, important point in the game. I think I must take. I have to open up the board. And I quite like the way that this is looking now. Queen here, I've got 2 attackers on the knight. If the knight moves, I've got that pawn. Knight there is also always an option. I think the immediate this, I've also got them 2 attackers on this pawn as well. So I think that was kind of rash from my opponent. He does not want this board opened up. Ideas of this. He can't play, oh he can play rook there now. Plays rook there now, I can take the pawn. Yeah. Then if queen takes, knight takes, and I'm threatening a fork on king and rook as well. So yeah, he's got an extra bishop being a pawn down, but he's now got an isolated pawn on the e-file. I've got threats of this, I've got threats of this. Okay, well, there's only one move. Now I'm threatening that with a 3rd attacker. This bishop must defend that rook as well. So if I could take the knight, bishop can't take. You'd have to take with a rook. Don't think I can take the knight. But this is definitely possible. Yeah, don't really blame you. Okay, what's not defended? Just go here. Or here. I like the idea of being in his position with maintaining my 3 attackers on here. That's a good pawn to win as well. So maybe if I take with knight, knight threatens that, which is nasty. Knight takes. If bishop takes, I take with bishop and check. No, bishop can't even take. Bishop can't take, because I just win the rook. Trying to claw my way back up to 1600. I played a few very kind of shabby days. About 3 days I lost 100 or 150 points. Went down from 1670 to 1520, something like that. Alright, okay, so he's threatening mate in 2. If I do nothing, he's got queen there, king here, queen a1 is mate. So I'm going to hit the knight. I think he's sweating. This is very deadly. And he's on 3 minutes 50. That knight can't do anything. Can't go there. Can't go there. Can't go there. Can't go there. It's just going to take him wherever it goes. And it's under attack. If I take the knight, there's no... Queen can't do this job on her own. That pawn is blocking his bishop off. This bishop's still in the box. That rook's still in the box. Love it when I have these days when crazy attacking ideas even work, you know. You know your brain's working then. So, knight retreats. Okay, I'm going to go straight in with that. Because I know it's killer. Bishop can't take or I win the rook. Win the rook, he's in check, has to go here. Then I just win the knight, potentially. Still got this idea. Even got this idea. So check, win the rook. Also hitting the knight with the bishop. He's in check, he hasn't even got time to do this. So yes, I've got the pawn, which now does open up his bishop. Okay. I take the rook. Maybe that wasn't the most accurate continuation. Come back here, try and trade off queens. I'm actually +1 now. So I've taken a rook and 3 pawns. He's taken 2, a knight, a bishop and a single pawn. Alright, so fairly comfortable. Absolutely not the time to relax. My opponent has 2 bishops. So he's got a light squared one that he's not thought about using yet. So I'm tempted to play this. I think also I just need to improve my knight, like he is. Let's just open up this file here. In fact, if I stick my rook there, it really freezes these 2 pieces too. Okay, that's not too much of a surprise. Okay, how do we punish opponent? Just going to play that. He's down to 2 minutes 20. He wants to push. Can't play that yet. Okay, I'm going to double my rooks, I think. Oh no, this forces an exchange of material. And that's all good. Okay, rook takes, yeah. Rook takes. Just get a head start on the old doubling up idea. Alrighty. Let's undouble up a bit. Okay. So he still has the bishop pair. Have to double up the rooks. I've got 2 rooks, he's got 1. I need to make it count. And my ownership of the D file is the obvious way to do it. He's still got the bishop pair, so Just drop this guy back. Now all of his pieces are a long way away from my king, so I'm not worried about attacks at this immediate moment. And I'm also not really worried about having to attack my opponent because his clock's ticking down. Okay, let's just play moves that aren't mistakes. That's my focus. If he takes here, I recapture with check. King has to come back there because my rook's owning all of this. I'm just going to take. All right. Nothing's guarding this. I'm going to put my bishop in here. Can't take my pawns. These pawns are actually stopping that knight's progress. Okay, let's drop back. Now, is it time for a rook to come all the way around the back now that we've opened up a second file? I think it is. Yes. Just make life hard for him. That's all I need to do right now. Rook can't go there. Bishop's guarding it. I'm going to stick my rook there. Means bishop has to defend that. And the king can't go here or here. Let's go here. 57 seconds. I take out the knight, he recaptures, I win the bishop, removing the defender. So it looks like a sacrifice, but in reality, it isn't. Because now nothing defends that. Hang on, I might need to revisit that idea. That didn't add up. Okay, let's come here. 46 seconds though. What happened there then? I lost a rook. Thought I lost a rook for 2 minor pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 2 pawns up. I don't know. Right. Yeah. No, there's no reason to simplify down at this point. Even 2 pawns up. Probably want to play that. Just to stop this pawn from advancing. Here, wins a pawn. There, pins the bishop. Push that. It's down to 25. If I actually had to win this game, I could probably figure out a way to do it. My bishop's still good. Got a check. 20 seconds now. Throw in the check. Huh. Throw in another check. No need to push the pawn. Go here. I'm down to a minute. I don't think it. So the operation is operation not lose. So I just have to stop his rook from getting round. Okay. So his rook can't get anywhere on here or on the H file. My king guards the D file, which is open, and my rook guards the whole H file. Now it doesn't. But he's got 6 seconds, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. He takes with the bishop, he pins his bishop. That's the problem. Now I'm threatening to take the bishop. Okay. I can do this. And don't need to do anything really. Not much. And that's it, yeah, one more time. Interesting. So what happened with that sequence of captures there then? Because that was a bit interesting. Okay, so right now, I've got 2 rooks, he's got a minor, he's got 3 minors. There. So I'm +1, yeah. Okay, this is fine, yeah. So we both end up with a rook and a bishop, and that banana +2. Yeah, so I've basically traded 2 minors for a rook, and although we end up with the same number of pieces, I'm finished 2 pawns up. So there you go, a couple of fun games. Hope you enjoyed watching those, hope you picked up 1 or 2 things. Thanks for watching, I'll see you later.